So let's bring in Efficient Advisors Chief Investment Officer Larry Shover from Chicago to help us invest around all of these headlines. What do you say, Larry, about that?
Well, yeah, I think you have to look at the focal points in the market. We look at Brexit, ongoing drama. We look at the China trade deal and the pending resolution.
So Larry Shover in Chicago here with the outlook on gas. How are things looking, Larry? Good morning.
Good morning. Right now, we're seeing a sharp improvement in demand. Make no mistake about it. That began in 2013 and continues today, specifically in the Americas. Why that matters is that our refineries at the Atlantic Basin are stressed as they are.
Larry Shover is CIO at Solutions Funds Group and joins us now. Larry, talk us through it. Are you expecting some sort of compromise tomorrow?
Well, you know what? I think tomorrow's meeting is inevitable. It's to force reckoning that supply will eventually return. Consensus seems to think between 500,000 and 700,000 barrels a day. A lot of that depends on the timetable. But what consensus doesn't realize is that Saudi Arabian oil policy, hasn't been predictable.
This comes at a time we're hearing the Saudis and the Russians, not so coincidentally, talk about curtailing production to increase oil prices. So, they're pretty tight. What do you make of this?
Well, at least they weren't riding shirtless on horseback together, and it was just a fist pump. But that said, I think it goes back to November of 2014. It's like I can't make heads or tails of what OPEC's doing, what Saudi Arabia is doing, and my suspicion is that the shale industry in the United States has disrupted things so much that both Saudi Arabia and especially Russia, they have to pump when they can and as much as they can. I mean, let's face it, OPEC's taking Saudi Arabia and saying you have to cut production by 500,000 barrels a day. And we find out 2 days ago, they're at an all-time high of 11.1 million barrels a day. So it's chaos. And I think that chaos is working in their favor. And, we see that in the market today.
Larry Shover over at the CME is standing by. Larry, what did you see shortly after 1 p.m. Eastern time when this news broke? Larry is right next to me. That's how crazy this day has been.